Hi friends, welcome. This is Jackie, Coach Jackie, can you tell? Got a new hairdo. Feeling kind of good about it. So anyway, oh hey, here's Nicole. I think we've got some really interesting things to talk about today. Let's see what she's got to say. Hey guys, so if you know me, you know that I really want to be like Jackie when I grow up. And so when she got her hair done, I thought that I would do mine too. But we do have something important to talk about today, and we're going to talk about amino acids, but let's get real. The most important thing to us, right, is to build muscle. So really that's what we're going to talk about. So come at us, come with us, learn about a little bit of amino acids, hey?
So our job is to not only come to class and smile and kick your butts, but it is also our job to educate you guys. So as coaches, it's kind of like our Bible here at the gym, that we really understand the nutrition part of our wellness plan and the fitness part, obviously, the supplement part. But today, Jackie and I are going to talk about amino acids. So amino acids, Jackie, why are they important?
Well, Nicole,
yeah.
Amino acids are actually things that your body absolutely needs, and some it can make and some it can't make. But first, let's talk about what are amino acids. They're actually organic compounds that build what?
These things?
Protein. Amino acids actually build proteins, which help to build your muscles,
yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, and then we talk about the essential and non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are ones that your body cannot make, and non-essential ones are the ones that your body can make.
That's good to know. That's really good to know. So when we talk about amino acids, so our goal again is to build muscle. So we want to break that down kind of backwards. Go back to the original system. So you have your muscle. We build muscle by eating protein, but proteins are made up of amino acids. And Jackie just talked about what kinds of amino acids there are. There's essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. And like she said, one your body can make from other compounds, and one your body cannot make. So it's up to us to eat them. And so amino acids are available in plenty of meat and plant sources. So I have a little list here of some of the stuff that, that we can get them from. But if you think of all meat sources, there's going to be amino acids, both essential and non-essential amino acids in meat and dairy and tofu.
Buckwheat.
Can't forget buckwheat. Sardines is also another good source of...
I love them.
She loves sardines. Dairy is a really good source of protein as well. So when we talk about you guys getting enough protein in your diet, we're talking about some of those sources. But not all of us are like Jackie, and we don't eat sardines on a daily basis, because not all essential amino acids are in dairy. Not all essential amino acids are in meat. And so we need to eat a variety of food in our diet, but we cannot only get essential amino acids from food alone. But one of the other ways that we really utilize our supplements here is because they serve a purpose. So we carry AdvoCare products here. We love AdvoCare products. We know a lot about them. That's not to say that that needs to be what you consume, but we just know a lot about them, and so we utilize that plan as part of your fitness program.
Yeah, so they can be added in at any time, depending on what it is that you're looking to do to build that muscle, to continue to try and help keep the muscle, that type of thing. So some of the supplements that we look at would be Catalyst, muscle gain, muscle strength. Then we've got Body Lean and post-workout recovery, the meal replacements, and post.
Yeah.
So when we start talking a little bit now about post-workout recovery, the post or the meal replacements, now that's when we talk about you've got your ratios of protein to carbs, and how do carbs come into play here with all of what we're trying to do?
Yes, good question. So when we set you up on a plan, typically what we do is we identify if we are a fat burner or a lean earner. And most of us that come into the gym, we start out as a fat burner. And what we recommend for working out while you're your primary goal is to burn fat, right, as a fat burner, but we also want to make sure that we're building lean muscle. And so with a primary goal of burning fat, we want to make sure that you get the right ratio of carbs to protein after your workout. And so when we talk about different products, and kind of backing up and talking about pre-workout, some of the products that we recommend are Catalyst. So Catalyst it's a supplement that you can take. It's in a capsule form, and it's got essential amino acids in it that help us to maintain our muscle while we're burning fat. So a lot of times when we're losing weight, we're losing fat, we might be losing pounds, and our body is looking to utilize energy from different sources. And so when we're losing that fat, what we want to do is take the Catalyst, and that'll help us to maintain our muscle while we're losing fat. So as a pre-workout, that's a great option. And then post-workout, good question. So post-workout, if you're a fat burner, when you are done working out strength training, cardio is different, but when you're done strength training, if you think about what we do when strength training occurs, we're actually
tearing down the muscle.
Yeah. Breaking down muscle. We're creating tiny little micro tears in our muscle, and we're putting stress on our muscles. And so after your workout, what we want to do is really replenish and feed the muscles what they need after a workout. And so what we recommend for a fat burner is utilizing a product that has about a 1 gram of protein to 1 gram of carb ratio. So the Post from the Fit line is about 11 grams of carbs, 12 grams of protein. And then the post-workout also has ashwagandha in it. That's a little side note, but that helps with muscle recovery. But we recommend that for the fat burners. For another option for fat burners is we can utilize the meal replacement shakes. And that has 12 grams of protein, 12 grams of carbs per half serving. So a full serving is one of those packets. You can split that sucker in half and use it for 2 different post-workouts, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 for 1.
Yeah.
2 for.
And I'm all about deals.
Just saving the money.
I
know, right? Yeah.
So, but if you are a lean earner where your primary goal, and all of that would be talked about in your coaching session, so don't worry about knowing which is which or which you are. You're cool either way, know that. But post-workout for lean earner, what we recommend is more carbs. And we'll talk a little bit about that too, Jackie. I'll talk about that. But post-workout, we recommend 3 grams of carbs to 1 gram of protein. So we say about 38 grams of carbs in the post-workout recovery, and then about 12 grams of protein for post-workout, which is kind of cool. But I feel like people post-workout are always like, oh, I need to get my protein in, I need to get my protein in. So they find this high protein shake that helps to meet their protein needs after a workout. But actually, if your primary goal is building muscle, we want to get those carbs in. So why are carbs so important?
Well, and it's kind of funny because, again, you know, you talked about how people want to get in so much protein, and we do tell a lot of people to make sure that they're getting in that 1 gram of protein per their 1 pound of lean body mass, keeping that ratio nice and up there, so that their muscles and their body is getting enough protein. But once you think about what energy source did you use and what did you just break down when you did your strength training workout, and so what you're trying to do is actually feed that. It's like full medicine right into those muscles. You've depleted your glycogen stores, and you need to start to repair a little bit and get that glycogen back in there. So that's where those carbs come in. But not only for that, what those carbs do is that turns into sugar. Then that sugar will then spike insulin, which then opens the pathway for those amino acids that we just talked about. And it helps with the repair and the feeding of those muscles. So that's why carbs in this instance are definitely what you want to have in that post-workout.
Absolutely. So you're saying that when you eat, so when you have your carbs post-workout, your insulin spikes, and then when your insulin spikes, it opens your muscles to allow those amino acids to come
right in.
So both the sugar and amino acids get in your muscles and help. Cool. So cool. Isn't that cool?
It's sciencey.
So cool. We're so cool. But you know what? Talking about carbs too, one of the things that we talk about with being a fat burner, and for a lot of people that follow our nutrition plan as carb backloading, we feel like sometimes carbs get a bad rap.
Very much so.
And so a lot of times we'll have people that come in that are avoiding carbs altogether, and with carb backloading, we recommend that you eat your carbs in the evening or at the earliest your afternoon snack.
Correct.
But carbs serve an awesomely important purpose in our body. And so when we say to eat those carbs at night, we are recommending that you do eat carbs as part of your healthy diet.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, those are the macronutrients that your body needs are the carbs, the fats, and the proteins. So why would you cut one out?
Absolutely.
You wouldn't want to do that.
Yes, absolutely. So I just got caught waving on camera. Sorry.
She snuck out.
So if you are not getting enough carbs and protein in your diet, what happens is you will transfer into more of a catabolic state. And what catabolism is it's basically your body's not getting what it needs, and so it starts breaking down proteins that you need to perform normal metabolic functions.
Whoa. And what does that mean?
Yeah, right?
What, like, as in, something's going to happen to your body if you don't eat carbs and eat the right nutrition?
Yeah.
What could happen?
Yeah, so what happens is if your body needs protein, because proteins are broken down into amino acids, and amino acids are important as part of your diet, what happens is your muscles are made up of amino acids. They're made up of protein, right? So if you're not eating enough, your body's going to break down muscle in order to satisfy your body's needs for protein. So that's why it's important that we get enough carbs and get enough protein in our diet. And a cool thing about macronutrients is that those things can be made into each other. And so if your body needs sugar and you're not getting enough carbs as part of your diet, you know, and you've probably heard of ketogenesis, right? The keto diet, for example, your body can break down muscle, it can break down fat, and transition it into carbs so that your body gets the carbs for your brain. Obviously, is a big function in your body. And so we don't want to be catabolic. We don't want to be breaking down the good parts of our body to satisfy what our body needs to do. And so that's why it's so important to get carbs in your diet, because we want to be anabolic. We want to be building muscle.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how crazy is that to think about? You know, here we are into Hustle for the Muscle, and we're going to be getting double points for building muscle. So now you understand a little bit about how to build that muscle, why you need certain items in order to build that muscle or maintain that muscle, because you don't want to lose it. So what better... I lost it.
What better start to this, and especially what better opportunity to really start honing in on your diet, your nutrition.
Clip that part out.
Or keep it in, because it's kind of funny. But, you know, if you're putting in the work here at this sweet place, you might as well be putting in the work outside of it.
Oh, absolutely.
And oftentimes, it could be eating more. I don't know. That sounds kind of good to me. Pro.
But a good way to know if you are not eating enough would be to track. MyFitnessPal, maybe.
Yeah. Meet with your coach.
Try it.
Utilize the services that we have. We know a thing or two. I don't know. We're not just all muscle. We're brains and bronze.
Oh man. One final thing though is I think we want to also put out there that everything that you're going to learn from us coaches now throughout this is that they all really tie together. Jules and Kelsey talked about rest and recovery, and honestly, you guys, these amino acids and all of this stuff goes together. You can't build that muscle if you don't have the right regimen, and that regimen includes your nutrition, the exercise, and that rest and recovery, okay? And there are some other things that we're going to touch on in the future too from some of the other coaches, but they all work together. So, and that's how we're going to help you build that muscle.
Yeah, good to know. So, if you have totally taken really good notes from this talk, then good for you. Go kill it in there in the gym, you know. But if you have not, what are 3 things that people can take away from this talk?
Well, I think number 1, that we need amino acids. Number 2, I forgot what the number 2 was.
Number one, we need amino acids. They are important for building muscle. Number two, you cannot obtain everything that you need from food alone. Even if we say our goal is to not include supplementation, we cannot meet our needs with just food alone.
Yes,
so supplements
absolutely.
can be our friend. And then number three, Jackie?
Number three, carbs are not the enemy. For sure not. Make sure you have got that macronutrient in there. And again, if you don't understand how to do that, just talk to your coach about that, and we'll make sure that you're getting the right macronutrients.
Yeah. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna go build some muscle. You wanna come with me?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Bye.
Bye.